Curious about the future stars of MMA? Let's take a closer look at Gene Silva, Christian Rodriguez, and Joshua Van, three fighters who are quickly making a name for themselves in the UFC. The said fighters, Gene Silva, Christian Rodriguez, and Joshua Van, are on the path to becoming major names in the MMA world. Silva's willingness to take on tough opponents, Rodriguez's steady rise in the featherweight division, and Van's impressive early career highlight their potential for greatness. Keep an eye on these rising stars as they continue to make their mark in the UFC. All the information in this video is sourced directly from the official UFC website, ensuring you get accurate and up-to-date details about these rising fighters and their upcoming matches. First on our list, Gene Silva, a 27-year-old mixed martial artist who is rapidly gaining recognition in the UFC. His journey to prominence began with an impressive performance on Dana White's Contender Series, DWCS, in 2023, where he secured a unanimous decision victory over the previously unbeaten Argentine, Kevin Vallejos. Vallejos has since made a strong comeback with consecutive stoppage wins, highlighting the significance of Silva's win against him. Silva's UFC career has been marked by decisive victories. In his promotional debut at the beginning of the year, he dominated Weston Wilson. However, his most notable achievement came during International Fight Week, when he became the first fighter to stop Charles Jourdain in his 23-fight career, securing a second-round victory at UFC 303. This win not only showcased Silva's skill, but also his ability to rise to the occasion against formidable opponents. Despite these successes, Silva faced a minor setback when he missed weight by 1.5 pounds for his bout with Jourdain. This issue is not expected to recur as he moves up to the lightweight division to face Drew Dober, an experienced and well-conditioned fighter who has been a prominent figure in the 155-pound ranks. Dober's notable victories include finishes over Terrence McKinney, Rafael Alves, and Bobby Green in 2022. Silva's willingness to take on such a challenging opponent on short notice speaks to his ambition and fearlessness. This upcoming fight is considered a significant step up in competition, as Silva has only competed at lightweight once in his 15-fight career. The match against Dober, who trains year-round in Denver, presents Silva with a substantial challenge, but also an opportunity to prove himself further. The stakes are high for Silva, but the situation is seen as a win-win. If Silva triumphs, it will be a major accolade, significantly enhancing his reputation and opening up numerous possibilities for his career, whether he continues at lightweight or returns to the 145-pound weight class. Even if he loses, the fight will be viewed as a valuable learning experience against a seasoned competitor, with no significant damage to his rising status. Gene Silva's blend of technical prowess, mental toughness, and willingness to face top-tier competition positions him as a future star in MMA. His rapid rise and ability to overcome challenges have marked him as a promising talent to watch. As he continues to develop and take on tougher opponents, Silva's potential to become a leading figure in the UFC becomes increasingly evident. Next on our list, Christian Rodriguez is a 26-year-old MMA fighter making significant strides in the UFC featherweight division. Despite staying off social media and maintaining a low profile, Rodriguez has built an impressive record and is currently on a 4-fight winning streak inside the octagon, boasting an overall record of 11-1. Rodriguez first caught the attention of the MMA world during Season 5 of Dana White's Contender Series, DWCS, where he decisively defeated Reyes Cortez in a bantamweight contest. However, he missed weight for that fight, which prevented him from earning a contract. Undeterred, Rodriguez received a call to the UFC 4 months later and took a competitive short-notice bout at featherweight against Jonathan Pierce, which he narrowly lost. This bout was crucial in getting his foot in the door of the UFC. Returning to bantamweight, Rodriguez secured 3 consecutive victories against Joshua Weems, Raul Rosas Jr., and Cameron Simon, yet he again missed weight for the last 2 of these fights, which slightly overshadowed his accomplishments. Recently, Rodriguez moved back up to featherweight and defeated Isaac Dulgarian, handing Dulgarian his first career loss. Rodriguez's next challenge is against Julian Erosa, a well-known fighter in the division known for his aggressive and unpredictable style. This fight presents Rodriguez with a prime opportunity to showcase his skills, particularly in grappling, where he has excelled in neutralizing his opponent's offenses. Erosa's chaotic fighting style could offer Rodriguez chances to demonstrate his dynamic abilities and further impress the MMA community. Christian Rodriguez's journey is marked by resilience and growth. His consistent performances, ability to adapt to different weight classes, and strategic approach in fights highlight his potential. Training with Rufusport, a renowned camp, has further enhanced his skills and prepared him for high-level competition. Lastly, we have Joshua Van is a 22-year-old MMA fighter who has made a significant impact in his first 13 months on the UFC roster. Van's journey began with a bang when he debuted on short notice last summer and upset veteran Zhalgas Zhumagulov. This victory immediately put him on the radar as a promising newcomer. Following his debut, Van continued to impress with a unanimous decision win over Kevin Borjas at UFC 295 in Madison Square Garden in November. He then showcased his finishing ability by securing a second-round stoppage win over Felipe Bunes on the opening card of the year, bringing his UFC record to 3-0. Despite these successes, Van's momentum has been somewhat hampered by a series of canceled fights. In April, his matchup with Lucas Rocha was called off due to Rocha's injury. In June, 3 separate pairings fell through, none of which were Van's fault. Initially set to face Sumudaerji, Van found himself without an opponent when the Tibetan Eagle withdrew. Subsequently, he was paired with fellow prospect Tatsuro Taira, but both fighters were reassigned to different bouts. Van's next scheduled fight against ranked Russian Tagir Ulanbekov was cancelled when Ulanbekov missed weight by a significant margin. Van now faces Charles Johnson, a seasoned veteran who is making his 3rd appearance of the year. Johnson is looking to build on decision wins over prospects Azat Maksum and Jake Hadley, making this a pivotal matchup for Van. Joshua Van's rapid ascent in the UFC is noteworthy, especially considering he entered the organization with less than 2 years of professional experience. His athleticism and technical acumen in striking suggest a bright future in the flyweight division. The missed fights with Taira and Ulanbekov may have been blessings in disguise, allowing Van more time to develop without being rushed. As the first fighter from Myanmar to compete in the UFC, Van represents a significant milestone. His dedication to learning and improving his craft positions him as a future contender in the 125-pound division. With continued growth and the right opportunities, Van could become a leading figure alongside other young talents like Taira and Muhammad Mokaev. Gene Silva has already made waves by defeating Charles Jourdain and is now stepping up to face Drew Dober. Silva's impressive wins and fearless attitude make him a fighter to watch. Whether he stays at lightweight or returns to featherweight, Silva's future is bright. Christian Rodriguez is another name you should know. Despite staying out of the spotlight, Rodriguez boasts an 11-1 record and a 4-fight winning streak. His upcoming fight with Julian Erosa is the perfect chance for Rodriguez to showcase his skills and grab more attention. Joshua Van, the first UFC fighter from Myanmar, has had an impressive start, upsetting veterans and staying undefeated. With a solid 3-0 record in the UFC, Van is set to take on Charles Johnson. His athleticism and striking skills hint at a promising future in the flyweight division. These fighters are just getting started, and their journeys promise thrilling battles and unforgettable moments. Stay tuned for more updates and follow their paths to greatness. Don't miss out, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to keep up with all the action.